Okay, well, this is Jeremy Medeiros on the, I think it's the 3rd of May, 2018. We're here to do our 2-month health check and growth check on Sunny, our CahowCam Cahow check this year. And so he's about at the 2/3 fledged stage now. He's got maybe 3 to 4 weeks left to go. He's been very well fed, so I suspect he'll hatch ahead of he'll fledge out to sea ahead of schedule, more or less. So we're going to do a fairly quick check. He was fed by an adult last night, we think, and possibly the night before as well. So it'll be very interesting to see. Hey, and it's sounding more and more like an adult by the day. But we're going to check and see how much he has gained in weight since the last check, in which he was 346 grams, I believe it was. So yeah, he's looking good. Yeah, he's really developing quickly now at this point. His face has developed all of its white facial feathers, his contour feathers, so it'll give it its streamlined shape. It's what we call face whitening phase. And his wings, you can see they're really getting quite long now. The primaries, secondaries, and such. I mean, his wingspan's well over 2.5 feet now. They're more than half developed, and they will be growing at a just incredibly fast rate this last about 2 to 3 week period. They'll be growing at the rate of about a centimeter every 2 days, so we're really going to see that happen now. He's almost at the phase 2, in which I will be fixing an identification band on his leg, which will be with him for the rest of his life. It's made of a special corrosion-resistant alloy, and we think Cahows live for as long as 45 to 50 years, so that will stay with him for the duration of his lifespan, and that will help us to identify him and see where he ends up and if he returns in future years. Well, I am happy to say that following these last 2 feeding visits, about 4 or 5 days ago, he was weighed at 346 grams. He is now, 402 grams. Yeah, so just over 400 grams. That is just really good. That's an excellent weight. 402. Basically, any weight at this stage of development, any chick that's more than about 335, 340 grams is a very healthy bird, has been fed very well. So his about another 70 grams heavier than that. So his parents have done an exceptionally good job with taking care of him. Okay, so we've just measured Sunny's weight as 402 grams, so he's definitely been benefiting from these feeding visits from both of the adults over the last couple of nights. And just going to look at he's shedding huge clumps of down now, which is normal. Take a look at his wing cord. That's going to give me an indication of how soon he will be fledging. And it is 156. So basically, 156, he'll fledge at about 275. So it's more than halfway there now. It's about 2/3 of the way there. So let me just write that down. 156. Let me just do it again too, because sometimes they lose their wings. This can be a very difficult thing to get down. Yeah, 157. Yeah, that's a little bit. That's what I'm going to put down. That was stretched out to its maximum. So 157 millimeters. Yeah, so that's good. I would say 157 millimeters is almost exactly a month from fledging. So I should think right around about the first couple of days of June, more or less. Anywhere from about May the 30th to about the 2nd or 3rd of June. That's my prediction anyway, and we'll see. I might adjust that as we get closer. Depends a lot on how much he is fed by the parents between now and then. Okay, so I'm just going to get his head out. Yeah, there we go. You can see under the fluff, you can see the feathers coming in underneath it. And there they are. There's his flight feathers. on his back as well. You can see the true feathers under the down. So as this down starts to braid off, these feathers will become increasingly obvious. And he'll start to metamorphosize in appearance from a great big fluff ball to what looks like a real streamlined seabird. Okay, so we just need to check your bill. I know we hate that. There we go. Okay. We do not like that even when they're used to it. 29 point, looks like 29.4 millimeters. That's really quite long for a chick. 29.4. That is right about the lower limit for a adult male bird. So it's looking more and more, evident that Sonny is in fact a boy. Sonny is. And the other thing you can really see for the first time, there's a distinct what we call tail bump, where his tail feathers, yeah, there they are. Tail feathers are emerging now from beneath the down. So he actually now has a tail, more or less, which you'll see him wiggling from time to time, or backwards and forwards as he moves around. He can start to use it for balance and such. So yeah, all in all, Sonny is looking exceptionally healthy. Certainly one of the biggest and most robust chicks in the entire population at this point. So it's looking like he's got a really good chance of fledging out to sea normally, and he's certainly a big double handful now, and he can feel this food in his stomach. The fact he's been fed a lot, he sort of feels like a fluffy water balloon. You can actually feel the mass. His stomach is just really full of food and distended right now. Okay, so we're going to get him out of this increasingly warm sunshine on this beautiful May day, and return him back to his home. And we'll let him continue to convert all that food, that yummy squid and fish and shrimp, into bones and feathers and muscle. Okay, so very happy with this. This is showing just what we're seeing in most of the other chicks here on Nonsuch and the other nesting islands. Generally, the chicks this year are above average for weight and being fed. It seems like there's a lot of food out there in the North Atlantic, and that's just being reflected on nice, heavy, robust chicks this year. Record number 70 or 71 chicks. We've just shattered last year's record of 61 chicks. So yeah, with that, I'll move on to the next chicks. So it's Jeremy Medeiros signing out from Nonsuch Island, Bermuda, on a beautiful spring day in early May. All the best, and everybody have a great day.